This is our family, and this is our van life adventure. If you'd like to follow on with all of our adventures, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're in the last few days of our Norwegian road trip, and it's getting pretty soggy over here.
It's raining, but we're not going to let a bit of rain stop us. Are we, Oliver?
Yeah, we're not. We are not letting
How? You're stuck. Broken down. How are we going to do this? Oh no, we are truly stuck.
On the last 2 days of good weather forecast, we find ourselves an ideal little parking spot near a playground. It's the final few days of forecast for good weather while we're over here, so we just want to make the most of it and play and enjoy where we are.
Whee! You've been a great ride here, Leo.
We had plans to get up in the morning and have pancakes by the river. The kids were loving it, and we thought we'd found the perfect place to enjoy the last few days in Norway.
Another park up, another park.
Unfortunately, after the sun set around the playground, the vibe changed quite drastically, and so did our plans for the next day. So I don't think they're going to follow us all the way out of town. We're going to go too far and too fast for them. Keep going, you can speed up now, 50 kilometres an hour now. Do 50, babe. Stop looking out the window, concentrate on the road, do 50. Babe, it's 30 miles an hour.
Hey, I heard you.
We're losing them. I can see them, we're losing them. That's why I'm saying go faster. That's why I'm saying hit the 30 miles an hour, because they can't keep up. But we've only got 700 metres, so we need to turn left, so I need you to get away from them before then. Yep, we had a night from hell. So how did we end up in a situation where we are driving through the streets late at night? I'll put it a bit of context in for you. So we'd parked at this playground, as you've seen in the video, and during the day it was lovely atmosphere, and the whole time we'd been in Norway, I have to say we felt very, very safe. It feels like a very safe country. Everything's very, people are very respectful, not the friendliest, but very respectful, and everything is very clean, and everything feels very safe. People don't padlock their bikes, they leave boats just kind of everywhere. It feels very safe. So we parked up that night and thought that we would be fine. Unfortunately, it gets to the boys' bedtime, which is not actually even that late. And I'm sitting in the bedroom because it's Perry's turn to do bedtime, and Perry's with the boys. And as I'm sitting here, I can hear more and more voices congregating outside, more and more young people, teenagers congregating outside. And, so what? It's a park on a Saturday evening. People showing up is not that unusual. And then we hear a firework get set off. This is not that late. This is by about 8:30. And the thing that was difficult was that Oliver, our youngest, was asleep, but Leo, our oldest, was not. So at 8:30 they set off the first firework. Okay, not great, but didn't sound like it was that close to the van. Sounded like it was kind of in the distance, so we just thought we'd ignore it. As the evening goes on, more and more people have now arrived at the park. Fireworks are being set off. It's gone from one every half an hour to one every 2 to 3 minutes. And they are 100 yards from the van, if that. Very, very close to the van, setting off fireworks. Leo is obviously still awake and getting quite stressed because he just can't sleep. There's too much noise. I went out to try and talk to them, not to try and shout at them. The thing that was difficult is when I went out, most of them just ran off without me ever being able to talk to them at all. They just ran away as soon as they saw me coming. A couple of them did stay behind, and I said, look, I don't care if you're here, but can you just stop with the fireworks, because my kids can't sleep. And I've got young kids, and I'd appreciate if you just stop with the fireworks. It's just really loud and my kids can't sleep. Came back to the van. Fireworks didn't stop. If anything, it all just got worse and worse. And it ended up with them. They were circling the van. They were flashing lights through the van windows. They were banging on the van doors. And it reached a point, I mean, it didn't bother going back out again, but reached the point where I just said to Perry, I was just messaging him because he's lying with Leo this whole time, just saying, we need to leave. We're just going to have to leave. This is out of hand. I found somewhere else for us to go. It's not far away. We can't stay. And Perry was like, I think us leaving might draw more attention to us. And I said, at the end of the day, we're already the centre of attention. Leo's getting more and more stressed because he can't sleep. Let's just leave. We'll just go, whatever. It'll be done with. As we were trying to leave, us turning the van on was like a moth to a flame. And they just sort of started surrounding the van. Now, every time we got out and went anywhere near them, they just ran away. You couldn't even talk to them to ask nicely or talk to them to shout at them. They just ran away. So what actually ended up happening is, as we were pulling out of the car park of this playground, I got out so that they would all run away and not follow us. Unfortunately, some of them were on electric scooters, and they did follow us. They followed us out of the playground and they carried on following us down the road towards our new park up. We did hope moving was going to be the end of it, but no, we were wrong. It kept on going.
Okay, so after we left, after that turbulent experience with the group of youths, we came here to this new location, still a motorhome park up. There was another camper here, parked to the right of our van. So anyway, parked up here for about 5 minutes. It was quiet, and we were obviously settled back into the bedtime routine. But in the distance, you could hear the bibbing of their scooters. I think they had e-scooters. So again, I came out and had a look, and there was a group of youths sort of congregating down the end and on this hill to our right. So I obviously went back to the van, discussed the situation. Obviously Jackie called the police to let them know we'd been followed and bothered. And again, they weren't letting up, just bibbing, flashing their lights. So we wasn't going to take this anymore. So I came out, crept out because it's pitch black at this point, to see what's going on, how many of them were there. Again, probably about 8 of them, just congregating on the hill and riding down. So anyway, I knew if I'd have got up to them, they'd run away like they'd done previously. So what I decided to do was, in the shadows, I just waited patiently here, out of view. And obviously, as they were egging each other on, they made their way down here. So again, as if they're going to approach the van. So I waited patiently, right back again, and then one lad made it as far as here, just to my right, and then his friend was on the e-scooter here, turn his lights on, turn his lights off. So at the point the lights went off, that was my opportunity. I came out in the darkness and grabbed hold of the lad, and obviously questioning why you here, why you bothering us, please leave us alone, we don't want any trouble. His friends shot off down the hill and left him. So obviously a lot of shouting, asking him to leave. Then Jackie came out as well to see what the commotion was about, make sure I was okay, come to my rescue, thank you. And again, we both, asked the lad what he's doing, why are you here, basically told him where to go, and he left. But the group congregated past the hill down the far end. So we went back into the van. What seemed to be, it had calmed down. We retreated to the van and started on with our bedtime routine. Fortunately, it wasn't over. I could still hear them bibbing on their scooters and causing trouble. So I came back outside to see what's going on. And the youths were just there where this car is, but this time I could hear mopeds. So I waited.
Move over him. Oh.
I waited just out of shot here to see what was going on. But yeah, the 3 lads on the mopeds came up towards the van. So I ducked down into these bushes to deal with these lads. Just waited out of earshot. They come down, I'm out of sight. They had a look, came back. This time, all 3 of them came down. So at that point, I came out, walked behind them, grabbed the lad on his bike, and again, this time I wasn't playing. I let them know what you're doing, why are you here, leave us alone, the police are coming, I don't want this to go any further. They were quite scared at this point. I had hold of them. Yeah, it was quite a scary experience, but yeah, we was not going to let them scare us. And I knew the police were on their way, so that obviously stalled them, because yeah, just a very unpleasant experience.
So at least after our night of terror, another one, we've ended up here, which we didn't know was here when we arrived last night. We just kind of drove to the next stop, but at least we've ended up somewhere that's pretty, and that we can maybe try and relax in and reset and pause a bit after all that, because that was pretty shit. Mama language. Unbelievably, this one slept through the whole thing, even the drive. That's why he's the only one who's not knackered.
Game. Another park up. Another beautiful setting to spend the night. Just park up, eat, sleep, wake up to this. So apparently we're earning our keep. 1 night stay for 1 smooth volleyball court. It's actually dinner time. And then I'll get it after dinner. Look at this.
Here you go, Leo. Ollie.
That's us tucked up for tonight. The beautiful mountains.
I couldn't wait for my dinner. I was starving.
That's all right.
What can I play?
Well, I thought you wanted more. I've just got you more pasta.
After a good night's sleep, we're all feeling a bit better and ready to hit the road again. Me recording in the van. Hello! We are currently on our way to Flekkesfjord in the south of Norway. We're having a bit of a functional day today. We're going to do a bit of a shop, get some petrol, top up our water, all the fun stuff. That's what Mondays are for. But I jumped on because we are actually coming to the end of our Norway trip. So it's Monday today, and on Wednesday our ferry is booked. We are getting the ferry from Kristiansand to Hirtshals in northern Denmark, and yeah, we're starting the long drive home. We've still got quite a few weeks before we have to be home. I think it's about 4 weeks before we absolutely have to be home. But yeah, we're starting that, and we're gonna take our time with that a little bit. We always wanted to have a little bit of extra time kind of on the other end of our trip, since we drove to Denmark so fast on the way here, on the way out. We wanted to have some time to sort of slow down and explore some of the countries we're driving through on the way back. So we're hoping to go through, take our time through Holland and Belgium in particular, and also have a little bit more time in Denmark just because we really loved it on the way through. So how are you feeling about heading out of Norway, darling?
Yeah, I think Norway for us has run its course. How many more mountains and waterfalls are there to see? There's so many lakes, fjords.
That's the thing, it's very, yeah, it has. It is, the landscape here is unbelievable. It is absolutely incredibly stunning. It's like being in the middle of Lord of the Rings or Frozen 2 everywhere you look. There's some side effects to that, which means that a lot of the roads are very small, you drive very slowly, and so I think me and Perry in particular are tired. We're very tired, and we're ready to kind of be in a place that's a little bit easier to navigate. Yeah, that's not to say it hasn't been wonderful. It has been wonderful.
It's been an experience.
It has been wonderful, once in a lifetime experience. It's just time to take the pressure off a little bit and be somewhere where it's a little easier to be. Yeah. So looking forward to starting the long drive home. We are heading out in autumn and the landscape is really turning beautiful. It seems to be getting more autumnal every day. It's gorgeous, actually. I love it. I do really like autumn, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So we're going home in about 4 weeks. Our drives at the moment are mainly just about getting down to Kristiansands in time for our ferry and trying to enjoy the stops while we can. Yes, the constant rain is making that tricky, and it really is constant every single day. But these two are like puppies. They have to go out for their walk. Otherwise they just can't cope. Apples, apples everywhere. You can just pick one each.
None of them are ready, they're all green.
Yeah, but they're meant to be green, honey. Apples are green. You just want them where they're not brown.
But they've got all grass on.
We can wash it. Did you get one? Come on, Daddy-o. What an epic swing! The one in Welling Garden City broke, didn't it? Whee! That looks so much fun! Our 6-week road trip in Norway is coming to an end, and looking back, it really was a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Thanks, Norway. It's been a blast, but now it's time to go. Just queuing up for the ferry for Hirtshals. Perry's getting excited. He's checking out all the other motorhomes. There was a significantly shorter queue for check-in than you get in Dover. Very organised, the Norwegians. We're travelling with colour-lined ferries, and it's probably the poshest ferry we've ever been on.
That's it. We have departed from Norway. Ferry's left. The dock. Not a bad little lounge. And my two are going to be in here. Happy days. For the next 3 hours till we reach Denmark. Safe journey, guys.
Journey guys.
Play area means me and this guy get 5 minutes each. What was your best bit of Norway?
Even. I'm joking.
Surely you had a better stop than that. What was your best bit?
Best bit? I enjoyed driving through the mountains.
Just driving.
Driving through Mary's. That was pretty cool. Some of them roads, the twists.
You didn't have a favourite stop?
And then the glacier was pretty cool.
That was probably my best bit. Ollie, what was your favourite stop in Norway?
The soft play.
The
soft play on the soft play on the ferry. Is that your favourite bit, Ollie? At this point it got a bit choppy and Perry was taken out.
This is for my OnlyFans.
Bless him, he feels sick as a dog and he's still managing to play with the kids.
Lay it down, it's alright. Activation. Movement detected. Laser activated. Train.
Check this place out though. I swear I've seen wedding venues less posh than this. They even show movies throughout the ferry to keep the kids entertained if they're fed up with the soft play. And before you know it, you're saying hello to Denmark. We've stopped to get gas in Denmark. Apparently in Denmark, you're not allowed to fill your gas yourself. So they've sent someone out who's smoking to come and fill our gas for us. Because apparently that's safer. Hello, I just wanted to film a little update of where we are at. So what is currently going on is, make sure the kids can't hear me. We arrived in Denmark yesterday, crossing over from Kristiansands to Hirtshals, right at the tip of northern Denmark. And we are trying to bomb it down as fast as we can because we have got a special little day out planned for our little man who is turning 5 on Sunday. I know, what? My baby's 5? Who thought it could possibly happen? But it is. So we have done a lot of driving today, which is kind of boring. Nobody likes doing it when we have these days of just driving, but we've got lots of miles to cover before Sunday for a very special day out. It's Pac-Man! It's not Pac-Man, who is it?
Look at the way he's landing.
He kind of looks like Pac-Man to me.
Ugh, he's tipped though.
Denmark park-ups are like king of the pleasant surprises. So we've just parked up random place because it's on the way to where we need to get to for Sunday. Not going to say it too loud because the kids can't know. And it's a parkour park. Check them out. Woo! You can just climb on everything. Awesome. Hey. Nothing to see here, just 2 crazy kids living their best lives.
Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.
On our next episode, the big day arrives and we are visiting the Lego house in Denmark.